guys already know what time it is. It is time for some spooky season nails, which if you guys haven't already, please don't forget to like and subscribe. We are going to be doing some Halloween nails this season, and I am trying to push out as much content as I can for you guys, so let me know down in the comments what you guys want to see. But as you guys seen in the picture is all why you guys clicked on the video, just to see how I created this set. So if you guys want to see my favorite ways of doing neon art and things like this, definitely stay tuned because I am loving this method. So let's go ahead and jump into the video. If you guys haven't already, please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you guys are new, my name is Lorena, and I've been doing nails for around 7 years. I am a licensed nail tech, and yeah, and I am located in the state of California. So if you guys haven't already, please be sure to hit that subscribe button and join the fam. So first off, what I am going to be doing is prepping the nails, cleaning up the cuticle area, pushing them back, and now I am sizing. These tips are actually from Amazon. These tips are actually really amazing. You guys can't really tell right now, but I promise you, once that I have them on and the color on them, you guys will be able to see how beautiful the shape actually really is with these. These aren't a soft gel tip, they are a plastic tip, but honestly you guys, I love the shape of these. I feel like they fit my hands perfectly, so let me know if you guys tried them. If you guys haven't, they will be linked down below, so if you guys do want to try these out. But first off, I'm going to go ahead and prep them same as I would as Gel X extensions. I am going to be still using some Gel X products with the set of nails, so keep that in mind. But I went ahead and prepped them all, and for this one I did end up getting my little cuticle bit just so I could get all of in there and prep it just so they could last nice and long on me and they are going to fall off and all that jazz. Now I am going to dehydrate. The dehydrator I love and I've used for a very long time is OPI, and I've been using this for years, you guys. If you guys don't know, you know now, but I love the dehydrator. I know people say that you can make your own, but in all honesty, I've always been super afraid of making my own just because I'm like, what if I don't make the consistency right, and then I don't know, I end up having some fails. So definitely I do want to try that out, but I'm kind of too chicken too at the same time, so if you guys are wondering about that. But now I'm going to go ahead and go in with this sensitive gel. If you guys don't know, I am allergic to a lot of gel products, acrylic and things like that. So that is something that definitely, if you guys have been doing nails for some time now, definitely always make sure that you are protecting yourself and things like that, just because you can be, if you're overexposed to the product, you will become very sensitive like how I am. So now what I'm going to go ahead and do is making sure that I have the gel enough to flow all the way to the edge of my free edge, and I'm going to go ahead and put it in the light. I put it in the light till I kind of felt a little bit of that heat spike, just so I know it's nice and cured and that it won't end up lifting up once I take it out of the light. Some people are very sensitive to the heat spikes, so sometimes I do recommend, with the people who are really sensitive to the heat spikes, I definitely recommend kind of doing a little bit of a flash cure, popping them in and out like how I am doing right here, and I'll kind of feel the top and see if it's getting hot and things like that. So you kind of see me popping in and out, and that is my best tip if you guys are just really sensitive to the heat spikes and things like that. You don't have to suffer through. It's not like pigment gels where if you take it out, it will wrinkle and shrivel and all that kind of thing. So you don't have to worry about that. You could pop them in and out without having a problem, and it doesn't change the longevity of the nails or anything like that. So you don't have to suffer through. Just in case you guys were wondering if you felt like you weren't able to pull them out of the light, I always tell my clients, even when I am working on them, like if the heat spike, if you feel it, go ahead and pull it out of the lamp if it's too strong for you. And then I kind of try to go and explain to them, but if they do it with the pigment gel, they will experience shriveling and all that kind of thing. So just kind of making them aware of that so they don't end up pulling out. They think that they could pull out on the pigment gels. So I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of them, and you guys could go ahead and watch me. If you guys have any questions or concerns, make sure to comment down below, and I will be more than happy to help you. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and go in with my hand file. I just want to make sure that they are nice and straight across, and if I need to kind of file the sides a little bit, I'll go ahead and do so. But for the most part, honestly, you guys, the shape of these nails are amazing. You guys could get these off of Amazon, and yeah, so if you guys are just trying to find practice nail art and things like that, definitely recommend these, just because I do feel like they have just such a really, really nice shape. And especially if you guys are trying to showcase art to just your followers on Instagram and things like that, just so you don't end up having to do so much work in doing a whole new set, especially if you're just going to end up putting gel right over it. So if you guys want a content creating, things that I use to content create and things that help me so I am able to just kind of show more and more content, definitely recommend, comment down below. I'll do a whole separate video on that. But yeah, so on these nails I did end up using Montage's new nude color that they have, but I did end up changing my mind. You guys will see in just a bit. I don't know why, but I just really wasn't feeling the French tip, so I ended up going ahead and eventually you'll see that I painted over these two nails, when originally I planned on doing French tips on the both of them. But I do feel like the design ends up coming out cuter with just doing them all black anyways, just because I do feel like the art is able to really pop. Once I'm done applying this, I'm going to go ahead and put it into the light, but you guys could see once that I had polished them, you guys could really see the shape of these. And just look how beautiful they look. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy with how they look, and they just look nice and skinny and pretty, and I just love them. So next I'm going to go ahead and get this white, and I'm going to go ahead and put it on my little paint pad, and I am just going to get my art brush. The art brush that I am using is OPULENCENAILCO. You guys already know. And I am just going to go ahead and start making a heart in the center of the nails. I ended up messing up because what I forgot to do is actually wipe these all down with alcohol, just because when you do this you want the dispersion layer to be completely gone, because if you don't, the next step that we're going to do is going to stick all over this. So just keep that in mind. I'll touch base on it once we get more to that point, but I am just going to go ahead and start mapping out my little heart and kind of just adding a little bit more of a point. Honestly, the outside of the heart doesn't have to be exactly perfect, just because we are going to make that famous spider web that you guys see all over Instagram, all over here. So I start off with my heart, and then after I go ahead and just make lines going out from all of this. If you guys see on the thumb, the polish underneath, just because you guys could see a little bit of that glitter, it is from Montage's new collection. If you guys haven't seen that video already, I do have a video using those gels, so if you guys do kind of want to see more on that, But this is what it looks like if there was like black underneath it. But it looks super cute. Yeah, but I only have it on the thumbnail, so you'll only be able to kind of catch glimpses of it on that hand. But now I'm going to go ahead and do some U shapes with my liner brush, and I am just going to kind of connect everything and make sure it looks nice and cute, not too thick. And you guys could see once I'm putting all these lines in, it is all coming together. Ooh, I love the way this looks. Honestly, this is perfect for the spooky season. So definitely, if you guys haven't tried this design, I highly recommend. I did see Cheyenne Nails. She actually was the one that I was inspired by. Next, I went ahead and put in the lamp for 60 seconds. I went ahead and pulled out, and now I am applying my pigments. I wanted to go in with that blue that you see right there, but I changed my mind and I ended up just going in with green and yellow, just because I did feel like that was gonna pop more. But I kind of wish now that I would have done the blue, just because the blue looks super cool. But you guys, look how cute that looks. But every time after I do a design, I'm going to cure it and then add pigment. The reason why I do that is because if you don't, what ends up happening is that the pigment ends up completely sticking to the whole entire nail. Or, I mean, it doesn't end up sticking to the nail correctly. Sorry, you guys. I'm thinking of why I wipe them down. So, again, how I told you before, the reason why I wipe them down is because once we get to this spot, you need the white to still have that dispersion layer, but you don't want these pigments to stick to the whole entire nail. And if you don't wipe them down with alcohol, that will happen, and you'll end up having to actually go in and redraw everything. So I have had that happen, so just keep that in mind if you guys are trying to do this art. But the reason why I also add the pigment right after I cure them is just because otherwise, if you kind of let the gel sit too long, what ends up happening is that dispersion layer on these gels in particular, it ends up kind of going away a little bit. So I do feel like right after I take them out of the light, I end up having to just end up putting the pigment on right away and then drawing and then adding pigment, or drawing, curing, adding pigment, and basically repeating that. So I'm just going to go ahead and go in with the same colors, and I'm just going to kind of do, the way it reminds me of is like a candy cane. So I'm just going to kind of do stripes of the different colors, but blending them in so they don't just look straight across. I am going to go ahead and do more drippy art. I am using some dotting tools, and if you guys seen one of my other Halloween videos, the dotting tools are one of my most used things when I am creating art, just because I feel like it's something you're able to use in so many different ways. So if you guys haven't got your hands on some dotting tools, make sure to do so. And just in case you guys were wondering where these pigments are from, I did end up purchasing these ones off of Amazon. I did like that it came with a little white container, just in case I did end up having to lighten up some of the ones that are in here. I wanted to be able to do so. So that is kind of why I ended up picking this one, so I could kind of mix them up a little bit. And I did like all the colors that it did end up coming with. I felt like they were all very bright, vibrant, and really, really pretty. Now I am just going to go ahead and connect all the lines and then pop them into the light. And I'm going to start dabbing on all my colors. Something that, I don't know why I did this on this one, but I ended up kind of going back and forth with colors when it is kind of just best to work with one color, place it where you want, and then add the next one. So just keep that in mind if you do plan on doing this design. Don't keep switching back and forth, especially if you are using the same brush, because chances are it might end up making it look like one color. Thankfully, in my situation right here, it didn't make that happen, but I was in fear of that happening while I was creating these nails. Now I'm getting my liner brush and I am going to go ahead and do some checkered nail art. I'm going to go ahead and start mapping everything out, kind of creating like a grid-like thing. And I am just going to go ahead and do that all the way down. And sometimes doing it this way where I do the lines half and half, it just kind of allows me to make sure that the lines end up coming out nice and straight, just because sometimes with trying to do the whole line all at once, I do feel like it ends up a little bit crooked. Now what I'm doing right here is I'm kind of mapping out where I want to have the solid white. So in a second you guys will see me kind of just making lines across all the ones that are going to be the solid whites and just kind of leaving the black in between. But it just kind of helps me, it allows me to be able to, in my mind, not forget, just because there has been times where I accidentally colored in the wrong square, and that's so stressful. So doing this method of this, it makes me not have to think as much while I am working, so that is a plus. So just filling it all in. You guys could even actually use the dotting tool to fill this in if you guys want to, but if you guys do use a dotting tool to fill in the squares, definitely recommend using one that is nice and pointed at the end, just so you don't end up accidentally rounding out the edges and they no longer look like squares. So just keep that in mind if you do end up using that method. Alright, and now I'm going to go ahead and start dabbing on that pigment. I did kind of want to go in different directions with this one just to kind of see. So I did almost like where it's like a V in a way, like a sideways V. So just in case you guys were wondering what I did with this one. I'm going to go ahead and go in with the yellow one, and then I like to have a dust brush on hand for this. I don't recommend using anything like super abrasive for this, just because if you do, it will scratch the product away, and you don't want that, just because all of that work that you put in to create this set ends up just kind of going down the drain. So having a fluffy brush like this definitely helps. And I did decide, I was kind of back and forth if I wanted to do these matte or glossy. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Did I pick right? The thumb, I did end up using a matte top coat on there, and if you guys want to go ahead and go back and pause the clip so you guys could see what the matte top coat looks like. But the matte top coat that I did use was from Nail Central. And yeah, so, and then this gloss top coat, it is from GLAM, and this one is a no wipe top coat. I'm going to go ahead and put this into the lamp for 60 seconds. And you guys, look how beautiful they are coming out. I love, love, love the way these look. And let me just go ahead and do the pinky, and then in just a sec you guys will be able to see what this set looks like. If you guys haven't already, please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. I hope you guys are really enjoying this spooky season, just because spooky nails are my favorite. I absolutely love doing them. So if you guys have any recommendations of what you guys want to see, please please don't feel shy. Comment down below and let me know what you guys would like to see. For you guys, if you guys haven't already, please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, I'll be back with more videos. Bye!